Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to a $600 gaming PC build. Now, I think I outdid myself with this build. I think it's a really solid build, and I was able to fit in some pretty high-end stuff, so let's get straight into this with the CPU. Now, funny I'm saying how I fit in all this high-end stuff. Went with an older CPU, went with the AMD Phenom 2 X4 Black Edition. Now, I was originally going to go with the FX 43 or 6300, but Newegg's doing a promotion where it's $15 off their Phenom 2 X4 right now. For $80, you really can't go wrong with a quad-core CPU, and the motherboard I chose was AM3+, so if you do want to down the line upgrade to a Bulldozer or Pile Driver CPU, you do have the option. So I just went with this to save, $50 instead of the FX 4300 and put that towards the GPU because we got a really badass GPU. So yeah, save some money, and it's still a quad-core processor. It's a Black Edition processor, so it's overclockable, and quad-core is still really good for gaming today. And it's gonna run all the latest titles, and most of the games are hingent on the graphics card, so the CPU doesn't matter as much, but you still want to get something decent, and the Phenom 2 X4 is definitely something pretty damn good. For the motherboard, I went with the Asus M5A97, a motherboard that I've recommended several times. It's $69 after a $10 mail-in rebate. Just a really solid motherboard. Doesn't have a lot of features, but the key factors is it's cheap, and it has, some good features. It has UEFI BIOS, SATA 6 gigabit per second, USB 3. It's Asus. A lot of people love Asus, so you really can't go wrong with any Asus motherboard, and this one's pretty damn good for $68. For the RAM, I'm on the G.Skill Ripjaws X Series 8GB, two 4GB sticks running at 1866 speed. Now, this is $72, but Newegg also has a 10% off coupon, so you guys can use that. Save like $7 off of it, save a little bit of money. And yeah, 8GB of RAM, really can't say much about that. I really recommend getting 8GB of RAM in PCs now, especially if you're a gamer, for the simple fact that next generation consoles have 8GB of RAM, so developers are going to start utilizing that more. So 8GB of RAM is going to be good, and it's going to be good for gaming as well. Now for the graphics card, I went with the Sapphire Radeon HD 7950. Now for a $600 build, this is a pretty high-end graphics card, and Newegg has dropped the price of this graphics card again. It was $270 yesterday, now it's $250. What is going on? GTX 760, get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here. This is the king for that $250 budget, because with this graphics card, you also get Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Crysis 3, Bioshock Infinite, and Tomb Raider. Tell me, how can you get a GTX 760? How? They're the same price, and you get 4 free games with the 7950. There is no reason to get a 760. Don't call me an AMD fanboy. I speak the truth. I run an NVIDIA card, so you can't even call me an AMD fanboy. The 7950 just shits all over the 760. It's the same price, and you get 40 games, $150 value. Yeah, I'm done. If you guys still think the 760 is better, I don't know what to tell you. But moving on, I'm for the power supply, I went with the Corsair Builder Series CX600. $38 power supply, 600 watts, 80 plus bronze certified. Really can't go wrong with that. Really solid power supply. I actually used to run this. Now I have a TX 750, but the CX600 worked perfectly fine for me, so highly recommend that power supply. Now for the hard drive, went with just a standard mechanical hard drive, no SSD. Went with the Western Digital WD Blue 500 gigabytes, 500 gigabytes of storage. A lot of space to store all your games, and if you already have a hard drive that you can salvage from a previous build, like I've said before, then you can either skip this entirely or get it like a 60 gigabyte SSD, and you guys are going to be good to go. Finally, for the case, I went with the Roswell Challenger. I really like this case, actually. It's only $40, and a really solid mid-tower case. It doesn't look all that cool, but it has a lot of good ventilation, a lot of fans, and a lot of good features. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. $79.50, the best value in gaming right now. Can't say enough good things about that card right now for $250 and like a million free games. Alright, remember, subscribe, like this video, comment, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!